Today, we're going to talk about a wild story of survival. It's about this little blue bird that somehow flew right into a hurricane of competition and, against all the odds, just refused to fall out of the sky. So here's the big question, right? In the absolutely brutal world of social media, where giants were falling left and right, how did this one little app that pretty much everyone dismissed as a silly toy become one of the most important communication tools on the entire planet? To really get how this happened, we've got to rewind. We're going back to the mid-2000s, to the first great social media war. I mean, this was a time when the internet was like the Wild West. Empires were built and totally destroyed in the blink of an eye. Okay, so our story really starts in a place I like to call the social network graveyard. It was a viciously competitive landscape where, let's be honest, only the absolute strongest had a chance of surviving. Do you even remember these names? Friendster, Bebo, Orkut. I mean, these guys were titans. And of course, there was the first undisputed king of the hill, MySpace. For a hot minute there, it really felt like MySpace was the center of the entire online universe. It was the place to be. And then the assassin showed up. A super clean, ruthlessly efficient platform that wasn't there to compete. Oh no, it was there to conquer. And its name was Facebook, the category killer. When you look at them side by side, you see two totally different ideas. MySpace was this wild, chaotic digital party where you could customize everything and be whoever you wanted to be. Facebook, though, that was more like a digital passport. It demanded your real name, your real identity. And while MySpace was all about your top 8, Facebook built its entire world on mutual connections. And this right here, this was Facebook's secret weapon, the social graph. It was basically a digital map of your actual real-world relationships. And this created a network effect that was just unstoppable. You had to be on Facebook. Why? Because everyone you actually knew was already there. It was like a tidal wave that just washed away all the competition, MySpace included. So, into this battlefield where one king had just taken out all its rivals, flies in our little blue bird in 2006. You know, it looked like an easy snack. But here's the interesting part. Twitter survived because it just refused to play the same game. It was a completely different kind of network. You see, Facebook runs on what's called a symmetric network. Think of it like a private club. I send you a friend request, you have to say yes. It's a two-way street, a mutual agreement. It's a walled garden built for people who already know each other. Twitter did something totally radical. It built an asymmetric network, a one-way street. You could follow anyone, a celebrity, a scientist, a journalist, and they didn't have to follow you back. They didn't even have to know you existed. This wasn't just some small tweak, it was a fundamental reinvention of what a network could even be. And the result of that one simple change? It was profound. All of a sudden, the value of the network wasn't based on your existing social circle. It was based on your interests. You weren't there to connect with your aunt. No, you were there to follow your favorite comedian, or get real-time updates from an expert, or hear breaking news from a reporter on the ground. Twitter basically broke open the walled garden and created a global town square. So that was the first genius move. The second one was a feature that, honestly, everyone made fun of. It was this crazy limitation that turned out to be its greatest strength. And this created a totally different way of using the platform. See, Facebook was designed to be a destination, a place where you'd go to read long posts and scroll through photo albums for hours. But Twitter's 140-character limit did the exact opposite. It forced you to be brief. It created a platform of headlines, not long stories. It wasn't a library, it was a news ticker. But wait, here's the catch. Even the founders of Twitter didn't really get what they'd built at first. Its true purpose wasn't decided from the top down. Nope. It was discovered by its users, from the bottom up. There were basically 3 huge aha moments. First, back in 2009, when that plane landed on the Hudson River, the very first photo didn't come from a news helicopter. It came from a passenger on a ferry who posted it to Twitter. The world suddenly realized, wow, Twitter is faster than the news. Then it became the second screen, the global conversation happening during live events. And finally, during the Arab Spring, it became a megaphone for democracy, a way to get around state-controlled media. And that's exactly how Twitter carved out its own space. It wasn't trying to compete with Facebook for your social time. It was competing with CNN for breaking news and with your local coffee shop for conversation. It became something completely new, the real-time digital pulse of the entire planet. And this brings us to the final, and maybe the most important reason why Facebook, with all its power and all its attempts to copy Twitter's features, could never, ever truly kill it. It all comes down to their fundamental DNA.
See, Facebook's DNA is fundamentally private. It's a walled garden built for your social life, for sharing pictures of your cousin's baby. But Twitter's DNA is fundamentally public. It is the town square, the chaotic, unfiltered, real-time feed of the world's thoughts. And here's the thing, you just can't be both.
There's a quote that just sums this up perfectly. While Facebook was so busy meticulously mapping our personal relationships, building that priceless social graph, Twitter, almost by accident, built a live wire connected to the global consciousness. So that's the story of the indestructible bluebird. It survived not by being stronger, but just by being different. And it leaves us with a really fascinating question, right? What seemingly trivial toy today is quietly building the next universe, simply by refusing to play by the current rules? If you enjoy breakdowns like this that really dig into the strategies shaping our world, make sure you subscribe to Finologix. Thanks for watching. Today, we're going to talk about a wild